Street Fighter 6.
Let me see this. Got support, bro. Let's see, Prophet. Let's see if he gonna get cooked real quick.
Fighting ground. Frontline. Custom room.
Just watch Prophet get cooked. Now kid.
And then mix dead. Ooh,
Oh my goodness. There. He's like, I'm not, you see where he's playing in that range, he's like, I cannot allow OD fans to come out whatsoever.
No, he's not letting any opportunity for fans to come out here. Akito back into the corner. Repeat of last round. No, he gets the sweep.
I was hoping there wouldn't be a double hurt. Please don't do that.
Throwing fans a little
not
too
this
close.
Early.
Yeah, no.
Nice walk up into the grab. You got the burnout situation as well.
Tapping a little bit.
In the corner.
Trying to get a little bit of pressure there. Throwing fans at full screen. Not taking advantage of it, though.
You got to be careful on the range you throw those fines, too. Nice.
There we go.
Goes to dive kick, but also burns yourself out there with that Musabi no Mai.
Space to be. Rough up it now with full bars, and doesn't matter.
Yeah.
OD Plasma.
I'm definitely wondering what was up with that situation there, where you decided to go for the OD Musabi no Mai, like to burn yourself out. I feel like you got the regular one just to get the knockdown. But
I think so.
It works out.
Maybe a little bit of a panic moment. Who knows?
Yeah. I think it was one of those situations, but it's all good.
Another deep jumping over the fans here.
Yeah.
Every round, Akito finding himself with the back to the
tried
wall.
It true. Jab throw.
Oh, no,
jab throw. That's
jab
four.
Throw. Frame
Give
kill.
me the Booker T. Booker T 5.
6. We got 6. Oh my God. Street Fighter 6 throws in a row.
Oh my God. I know y'all are sick to the stomach in the chat. Y'all gotta chill out. It's the game. The game is so
there we go. ODGP. OD back. They just yelling at each other.
You gotta throw frame throw as well. Yep. DP.
Throwing out the OD fan, putting yourself in burnout.
Nice solar plexus. That's
so
a bait.
Wake up.
That's a bait. Easy bait.
Again. Oh no, the jabs.
Level 2? No, you can finish off with level 3 here.
Gets the level 3, but doesn't cancel. And then just the sweep to seal it. Oh my goodness. That was some ridiculous Street Fighter 6.
He said no movies for you.
No move. I will give you the satisfaction of rest.
Like I'm gonna make you think you have a shot.
I'm gonna make you hold every one of these.
They were talking of his competitor.
Oh my goodness! 6 throws in a row.
6 throws.
I think it was the jabs. I think the frame killing jabs was just throwing him off.
That's so good. Like the Kusanagi. That's when we first really saw it on a very big stage. Where you saw the jab throw. And it was 6. It was 6 grabs.
Yeah, it's 6 in a row.
6 grabs.
Yeah, I think even like by the 5th one, he wasn't even jabbing anymore. He's just like, well, I'm just gonna keep throwing. You know. Throwing the line out and once
he got the 6 grab out and did the jump out, the dad jumped the ODDP afterwards. I was like, bro, you are
a menace.
You are a nuisance.
I just had to watch that back real quick. Got to support the boys on the screen. But that was pretty funny. They were talking up Prophet's competitor.
Ready? You ready for a beatdown?
They cooked. Prophet cooked. That's funny. Oh, I forgot. I'm the brown one. The black one.
Round 2. Fight.
Turret charge. Crap, wait. Ah, okay.
Terry wins. Round 1. Fight.
Oops. Bro.
Round 2. Fight.
Now I want to go to this. Bro. So I have a problem doing DP to level 3 on hitbox.
Round 2. Fight.
Bird wave, ground wave, bird wave, ground wave.
Win. Round 1. Fight. Round 2. Fight.
Oops, I did not mean. Ah. Oh, so that's how you do it. I keep trying to do crouching fierce. That's the wrong combo.
Bad idea. You messed it up. Bad idea.
I was trolling a bit on that.
Terry wins.
I was trolling.
Round one. Fight.
I think I know. I'm trying to do it.
You messed it up.
Round two. Fight.
Bro, that was a delay.
Terry wins.
Stop. Oh, Bebop.
Another fight is coming your way.
Get ready. Get ready for a
Oh,
beatdown.
my dick.
Round
One
one.
yick.
Fight.
Alright. Fireball. Oh no. Oh, look at her. Damn, bro.
Round two. Fight.
Like the ball. Oh, that was a whip. Oops. That was it. Oh, dang! I tried to hit crouch and video punch in the drive rush, but like my crouch and video punch didn't even come out. Oh no. Her DP. No. Oh, bro, I forgot I was not the original one. I was moving differently. I'm so used to being on the P1 side sometimes. I forget. Got it. Perfect. Yeah, I tried to shimmy off. What is it? Oh! Knocking on the door. That's what I call it. That. Let me come in. A little pig, let me come in. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin.
Round 2.
I like better combos with Terry. I ain't the crossbow. There's a combo that I could do. I just need to learn better combos for Terry. I think if my combo game gets a lot better, my Terry would get better. I just don't feel like. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's like my combo game is trash with Terry. I don't even know like one combo really.
Another fight is coming your way.
Round 1. Fight.
Huh?
Terry wins. Round 1. Fight.
I can't get the one frame combo.
Round 2. Fight. Final round. Fight. Terry wins. Round 1.
That's one of the $100,000 DP. It feels like Friday. It feels like the weekend. It is the weekend. Normally I don't work on the week. Weekends, but today is one of the rare weekends I'm working. Finally, bro. My delays are working.
Round 2. Fight.
Bro, I need. Okay, I just. I'm that's gonna be my target. Starting from now on, I will be doing cross. Cause I'm sick of this. Oops. Bro, what? I wanted to do a delay up jump, not. Oh no, cheat up. I think this.
Terry wins. Round 1. Fight.
Ooh, I caught it. I caught the toe.
Round 2.
I caught the toe.
Fight.
I'm alive. I'm alive, and I'm feeling you. Yeah, I hear that. It's over. Nah, 0-6 token. Oh, dang. Never mind. I don't know why I did that.
Final round. Fight.
It's Hear me?
Terry wins.
Spirit of the Bogart.
MAI.
Spirit of Bogart.
Another fight is coming your way.
Round 1. Fight.
Bro, Luke Skippy. I was dead.
Round 2. Fight.
The current state of Street Fighter 6 is ass. Big Bird.
MAI.
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of agree with them. I might have to. I think I kind of agree that this version of the game. Like,
Round 1.
I think this current version of the game is not that good. I think the game has gotten progressively worse. It's like they nerf stuff, but then they don't nerf stuff with other characters.
Round 2. Fight.
Miss?
Bro, I
Fight. Round. Fight. MAI wins. Round 1. Fight.
What's good? I haven't seen you here in a minute. Where you been at?
Round 2. Fight.
You working on a game? An actual game? Nice. What kind of game?
Final round. Fight.
Oh, I'll make you watch that. Like more than enough.
MAI
does more than enough.
wins.
Yeah.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh, you did? Oh.
Round 2. Fight.
I think I'm ahead what?
MAI win.
Hey. But they're not ready for this. Yeah. My hot take, not being the biggest DLC character. I agree with that. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think you keep getting shimmy. Yeah. Yeah. It'd be like that sometimes.
Another fight is coming your way.
beatdown.
Yeah, I think the problem with the game is it's just like it just hasn't evolved beyond like what it is right now. Still got to learn a little something, a little sauce. You got a little something for a Smash player, you know. There you go, yo.
Round 2. Fight.
I just realized I'm listening to the sound of the music. Normally I'm listening to music, but I'm not listening. I hate when that happens.
MAI win. Round 1. Fight.
Bro,
Round 2. Fight.
yep. Got him. Oh no, bro.
MAI win. Round 1. Fight.
I missed.
Oh.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, that works. Tight. unfortunately you're dead off
MAI win.
of this. GG. Yo, gotta go watch these Idol back. Yeah, for sure. Um, one thing I guess I would suggest is I think you need to um I think like your neutral's getting a little bit better. So I mean it's neutral, so it's kind of hard to be like all neutral. But I'll focus more on decision making because I think that's what this game boils down to: making solid decisions and being more efficient in your decision and understanding risk reward and how to manage it better. There are a lot of situations where, like, if you were like when you're DPing, yeah, where you have to think about like this: if I take like a couple of throws, I'm still alive, right? But then there was times where you would just like DP, then that basically just gave me the win because I'm gonna do the combo that's gonna kill. So I think it, like situations like where you feel like you need to, there are like situations where you feel like you need to do something and it's at the wrong time. So where if the opponent's like optimal or slightly more optimal, then you're gonna die for it all the time. So I would like not necessarily, I would shift when I do things, right? So I would shift when the kind of just shift, just like kind of look at your health. I have something what I like to call, I call this I like to call it the danger health or danger or threat, right? Once you get about like 50 or 60, even 60%, generally where most characters when they have like level 3 or something like that, if you were to throw tech, the chances of you dying in that round or losing that round are very high. So that's why you have to kind of be aware of stuff like that. And you're like, and you have to really mean it. You have to really know. So sometimes like if you don't know, if you don't really know, it's okay to just take a couple of throws. That's how I do it. Like if I don't know, I try to just take a couple of throws, just kind of see, because eventually your opponent might get tired of throwing you, or they won't. I mean, it just depends on the opponent. Most people, they'll throw you twice and then they'll try to shimmy. That's just what I noticed playing a lot. They'll try to either throw you twice and shimmy or throw you twice and like grip check. Doesn't matter who it is, like high level, low level, for the most part, they all. Most people tend to generally follow the same pattern. Now there's. So I feel like you got to get better at making decisions based on the risk reward. I think once you get better at that, then you'll definitely get better at the game. I think that's probably important, is making this. If you ever want to sit down and watch the matches, I'll be more than willing to help you. It gives me more to just watch the game a lot more. I definitely need to watch a lot. I need to lock in. I need to lock in a lot more, especially if I want to make this late season CPT run. Let me see. Let me watch this, bros. Lucas Buns. Profit already? Oh. Oh, this is the old. What the heck? I don't want to watch the rerun. I want to watch what's going on. What happened? What happened? What's going on? Profit. Yeah. Ramsey. The guy. On the bracket. I'm guessing top 8's tomorrow. You got check. 3 eyes. That's the person that beat me in whatchamacallit last week. TNS, not TNS, or whatever that tournament is. Apes tournament. Hermin? Mean. That's a weird way to spell Herman. Hermin. I see the profit loss here right here. Earl. Yzmo. The dude's name is Earl. What the heck? Imagine signing up for a tournament and you just put Earl. Penguin J. Not a clutch god. Damn.
ほらほらほらどこからでもいらっしゃい
Let me go watch these Idol matches. I didn't watch them.
Versus practice.
But first, let me watch this broski video. Let's see what he talking about. Street Fighter 6 is terrible. I don't gonna lie, I just feel like the designs for the characters in the game have just been so humble. People complained about that Street Fighter 5, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. Street Fighter 5 better. The character variety was a lot different, especially towards the later seasons. You had footsie characters, you had V trigger characters. You had like this is probably an easy video to do. I can watch this on stream and then chop this up and make it a video. My first for way back into doing videos. Let's argue. It's a 20-minute video. Do I want to watch a 20-minute video? Let's argue the current state of Street Fighter 6 is bad. Brian F did. Bro. I don't know. In Japan, they love this game, man. Their words keep getting more and more people. Ours just keep getting less and less people. I'm gonna keep it a buck. So they constantly have new talent being cycled in. Yeah, it's taking up the world of Street Fighter.
You guys all
Give. Yeah, currently right now, I need to do after UFAE, I'll do a recap of all the players that I qualified for Capcom Cup, but apparently 50% of the players in Capcom Cup at EWC are Japanese. Make of that what you will. Probably not be. Make of that what you will. We got some content. A lot of content. I don't know. I don't see that economically viable. I mean, there probably is. It's got to do a bunch of stuff in terms of being here, in terms of maybe making this a long-term play, having a career here in Street Fighter. If I want to do something else with your life, buddy, unless you find a way to monetize it outside of the game. But in Japan, it's very economically viable to be a player. But you have to know Japanese. And you also have to be good at the game. So that's a skill level barrier that's higher than what anybody would probably be willing to do. I don't know. Maybe I should watch these videos real quick. Maybe do a little content. I don't know. I don't like reaction content. I think we might have to do a little content, you know. Let me watch this video of Brian F. Do a little reaction to it. You know, make a little content real quick. Is everything good? Let me see. Let me start my recording. Make sure that make sure my camera's okay. I don't know. I might just play some more. I might just do a short video on this later. I might do that instead. We'll see. We'll just see how this video turns out. I'll watch it and then I'll make some comments or something like that. And we'll see how this turns out.
all know the Capcom Pro Tour is well underway. We have a lot of qualifiers already decided for the Capcom Cup. We're more than halfway through the season. And if you don't know how that's actually decided, a number of the qualifiers come from the Premier Tournaments. About 8 players from Premier Tournaments. We have 6 players from the Global Leaderboard, which you get points based on your placement. 8 players from Super World Warrior regions.
And that's almost finished because we still were close to the ending of the tournament.
So there's actually 4 regions which are considered the super regions, where people who reside in those areas get 2 qualifiers who get to go to Capcom Cup. The rest of you only get 1.
Japan makes sense.
Have to qualify through.
Yeah, this list, Japan makes sense. China, I'm not sure. East Asia, I'm not sure why they would have this be a super region. UK Ireland, it's kind of weird that that's also a super region, but I think Japan, maybe China. I don't know about East Asia. Makes sense as a super because it didn't make sense last year to have that many super regions.
And getting an auto qualifier spot, or by earning enough points throughout the season to get one of the leaderboard spots. So it's pretty interesting. It's like, how do you decide which region gets to get 2 spots? It seems a little like it could be a little almost dicey to
Honestly,
say,
they
yes,
could
you
just
are
give
deserving
Japan
of
all
2
6
spots,
spots,
but
and that I
you
think
are
would be
only
cool.
deserving of 1. And if you look at the pattern for these regions, you can see like UK and Ireland, they are super region this time. They had 125 entrants in their first World Warrior event. Not too bad. A lot of strong players there. That's the one Infectious took with Modern Marissa over Broski. We got Ending Walker in that region, Problem X, Lex, lots of good players in that region. Then you look at a region like China. Tons of good players in there.
Then
Jen,
Xiaohai,
VX Bao. I know they're happy that Xiaohai won Esports World Cup, so he's out of the running for this region, so one of these other players can get the World Warrior spot. And they had 138 players in this World Warrior. Not too bad, and super stacked at the highest level.
So apparently this one, their World Warriors was offline. So that's why it's 138. That's what someone posted in the comments. I took a look at the comments earlier. So that one being 138 and it potentially being an offline event, I think that's actually pretty good.
Level, very strong region. Then there's also Asia East. Look at this. Rain Pro won the first one. Mickey, who just got 3rd at EVO 2025
Asia
right
East,
here
Rain
in this
Pro,
game.
Mickey.
The 17-year-old kid out of Hong Kong got 2nd in this one.
He's already in Cap Up Cup,
players. Really stacked region players like
though.
Chris
284.
Wong, Hot Dog,
Okay.
Rain Pro. You know, yeah.
I think that's
2
good.
spots
Yeah.
in there
2
kinda
spots.
makes
Okay.
sense.
That makes sense. Okay.
And now we come to the last super region, Japan. Japan has not had their first World Warrior for this season yet. Meanwhile, other regions are.
I don't know why Japan's
already
is
finished
later.
with
Why
their
can't
third event.
ours be
They're
later
preparing
like
to have
Japan's?
their
Why
first
can't ours
World
be
Warrior.
like
And you can see with
right
this
now?
Tweet from the GOAT Shiramizu.
Okay, sure,
In
Mizzou.
2024,
First
for
time.
the first World Warrior, they had
714.
714 entrants.
Okay.
But the fourth one had
820.
which is exceedingly rare to have more
That is
entrants
crazy.
as the season goes on. Even
It's
though
like the more they have events, the more they keep going up. Man, that is super crazy.
the last one had 765. The first World Warrior currently registered for this season is 14,464 players for an online.
That is
World
crazy
Warrior,
for an
the
online
first of a
event.
5 tournament.
1,464 players. Man, that is crazy. I don't know what it is over there, but man, players just keep entering these events while we keep not having players enter events, or it's just keep getting lower and lower. But that's crazy. Bye, Mo.
Series to earn points to qualify for the regional finals for Japan.
And that's just a
The
regional
first
final.
place and second place finisher out of there will qualify for Capcom Cup. 1,464 players, more than doubling what they initially had last year. And 10 times more than 10 times the number of entrants for UK, Ireland, and for China. And all of these regions are designated as super regions. What? I'm sorry. What's going on here? First of all, besides the strange allocation of super region spots for the Capcom Pro Tour, what is happening in Japan? We already know that Street Fighter 6 has been immensely successful ever since launch in Japan.
Yeah, it has
and
been.
has been the
Really?
most populated and the most engaged region in the game since release. But how is it on year 3 that
And it's
for the
getting more and
online
more
tournament
players.
series-
That's crazy. In year 3, think about this. They keep increasing their player base just to enter the tournament. In year 3, it's looking like our player base is starting to die off. That's insane. Year 3 of a game, and some players are already starting to say that the game is not good in this current state, but yet they are still getting more players. And I mean, I would kind of agree with the sentiment. I don't think the game right now is in the best state. I think the game has gotten progressively worse since release. Yeah, season 1, season 2, season 3. it's the opposite of Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter 5 started off really bad, and then it got better as the lifespan of the game. Right now, this game started pretty decent, okay, and then as the game's gone on, I think it's just gotten progressively worse. That's crazy.
Suddenly, the most entered World Warrior tournament, which was World Warrior Japan
Yep.
already by head and shoulders, hundreds of entrants in the previous seasons, is now in the thousands for an online tournament. Well, there's other developments in Japan going on right now as well. If you don't
SFL.
know, they
Well,
actually just
SFL was
started
crazy
their
too.
Street Fighter League.
I was watching it
season
earlier
for this year, and
this
here are all
week.
the teams laid out. Check out Team Reject, by the way. Tokido, Lashar, Fudo,
Reject.
Daigo.
Q, Lashar, Fudo,
Star
Daigo.
power
That is stacked.
on that team. What a freaking team, dude! It might not
But
be the
a lot
most
of these
stacked
teams have,
overall. I mean, I would argue it probably is.
honestly, a lot of these teams have like super teams. Like I think, let's see, yeah, this is definitely a super team. The Zeta, for sure. You got Babochi, Kakaru, Higuchi, Hikaru, super team. In another world, this would be a super team. My go Fujimura ain't what he used to be, but you know, you put Fujimura, Sako, Moke, Ryukichi. That's a pretty solid team. But my goat, he need to step it up. My goat. And you also got this team as well, Saishun Khan with Nemo, Machibo, Kosa, Obayan. I think that's a really strong team. And like their announcement videos for these were crazy. Like they went crazy on Twitter. Even the ones that like didn't have as like higher quality, like the Saishun Khan announcement, they still went crazy.
It's still on paper, but dude, the star power on this team is absolutely nuts. And they just aired the first episode of Street Fighter League.
The first
Japan,
episode,
which
I watched it
live, streamed from an online tournament series. Also, the players play from home.
Yep.
And it's a live season where the teams compete weekly. And here are the stats for that. Along with 1,500 plus now players signed up for the first World Warrior. They also had for Street Fighter League Japan opening day combined viewership, it was more than 150,000 people watching Street Fighter League Japan.
And it's always been like that. It's always had like higher viewership because I would be up in the previous seasons just watching it, and like their numbers were insane for that. And then even the replay back feature, like you can go back and look at the replay feature and you can see how many views are people watching it. So in previous season, like their VODs would hit over 1 million views, which is crazy for a fighting game. That's crazy to think about. And this is on the Japanese channel, by the way. And so the replay would be over 1 million views, which is insane. So you had people that weren't able to catch it, and then they would probably watch it back and do it. And they're really good with timestamping. And so I really like the fact that they have timestamps in the video, so you can just click and choose and watch the matches. So that's insane for 150K.
150,000 people watching this. When you see Street Fighter League US, which has really big players in the world of Street Fighter, you have players like Punk and Meta RD. You know, the grand final showdown in Street Fighter League USA was very entertaining.
Yeah, the grand final showdown was
came
fun.
to a dramatic conclusion, and Punk slayed him. You know,
yeah, he slayed him.
RD. That averages like 30K.
Yeah.
50K, even less. Now there's a few other.
Yeah. I think. I don't know how they're gonna do it this year, but I believe that SFL will be better if it was live. Now, I don't know why they don't do the US one live. They did the Europe one live, and I caught a lot of those matches, and I think it was pretty good. I think it was phenomenal for them to at least do it live. And they did it live over 6 or 7 days. They can do the same thing. They don't have to do a whole season. I would wish we could trend to having a whole season like Japan, where you know you have the whole season and then we have the finale where they actually have an offline portion of it. So the teams that are like in the finale before the like the actual final, which is at like a SFL, and then they also have their own little offline playoffs. They all can they all get together and they play offline, like kind of like a LAN for if you're a first person shooter like that, to where they have all the team members in the same building. They all play offline, and they're all just, and then they have the crowds to be able to watch. They have like live watch parties of the team playing right in front of them. I would love to see that for SFL USA, but that's probably never going to happen. I still think it probably going to be recorded again this year, but I would wish they would at least go to the live format, not to the weekly live format, but at least have the live format that SFL Europe had, where it was just live over a course of 7 days with a break. I think that would be a lot better for SFL USA, and it will allow some hype to do it, because we had some hype moments in SFL USA when you had like the Knuckle Do and Bennett stuff pop off, and they like they had to wait almost a whole month just to say something about it, which is crazy. That's crazy to me. They waited a whole month just to finally say something about the beef that they had happened a month prior when they had the when they had it. And so I think that's stupid for them to record. And then when you have something interesting happen during the course of it, you have to wait almost a whole month just for stuff to happen. And then also SFL USA was also pretty bad this last year too, because it was on an older version of the patch. That's what the pre-recording stuff, I think that was so stupid with it being on an older version of the patch, and we knew, and we had all these other characters coming out and stuff like that, and we had balance updates. It just took away a lot of the hype of it just being recorded. SFL USA needs to at least be live. Please, Cap, make it live this year. Just do it like Europe.
Other things that go along with this, aside from just the popularity of Street Fighter in those regions, Street Fighter League USA is filmed months prior in a giant bulk segment where they film multiple episodes per day, and then they chop up the episodes and edit them down and then air them weekly as episodic releases throughout the rest of the season.
I think that's stupid.
So
that needs to go.
Inherent
that needs to go.
Natural killer of hypes once you realize that it's not live. And the players are all like at home streaming their rank sets, and then go, oh, I gotta turn off the stream. I gotta go play my Street Fighter League match, and then they air the episode where they're all in a studio. So the fact that it's not live and it's all this cram session that they trickle feed you out throughout the next couple months,
and it's
really
outdated too. It kills the hype.
So much less engaging.
Yeah, it's just less engaging.
There's something else going on here besides just that. Like, the viewership is astronomically higher in Japan, and Street Fighter League has been very successful ever since late Street Fighter V. It really started to take off in Street Fighter V and started to gain steam, and then exploded with Street Fighter 6. And there's even more to this going on in Japan. Here's Incross again sharing the 10 biggest offline Street Fighter 6 tournaments so far. The first one is, of course, EVO 2023 in Las Vegas with over 7,000 entrants.
Oh, okay.
But the second one,
EVO Japan. I was there this year. I got my badge. Hold on. I was there. I was there in the building. Oh man, bro, this sucks. This road. My camera froze and it ruined my content segment, bro. Why? I'll just have to. Where did they freeze? This is so stupid. Like, was it frozen right here? Yes, bro. Okay, so it hasn't been frozen that long. Okay. All right. Okay. What was it? What was I thinking? What was it? I lost my flow because of my camera. I don't remember what I was talking about. But yeah, so yeah. Oh yeah, I know what I was talking about. EVO Japan. Yeah, EVO Japan 2025. 6,000. I was part of the 6,000, baby. You know, we got a little badge right here. You know, we gonna be back next year. part of the allure of Evo Japan is when you actually think about it, it's just more economically beneficial for you to go to Evo Japan, especially if you're like in the West. It might not be that way next year. There's certain things are changing about uh tourism and stuff like that in Japan, but I was able to spend 2 weeks in Japan playing in the tournament. And then after I played in the tournament, I did a little couple of things, but I spent a lot of my time there just playing online ranked and just being able to not only go there, play in the tournament, experience a different culture, but then also if you're serious about getting better, just spend time to just get on rank and boot up rank over there. And the competition that you face there, if I had more time, I definitely would have spent a lot more time there than just 2 weeks. And even then, I still think it would have been a lot more. It was still like the value that I got going to Evo Japan was a lot more than me just going to an Evo Vegas. Evo Vegas is just not worth it anymore. Like the tickets are expensive, like $350 for a ticket. The hotels are expensive. Food is kind of expensive. The only cheap thing that you could have is the flight, which is like what, $100, $200 or whatever for a round trip flight. But if you're spending $2,000 and you have a set to go to Evo, and the way it's looking, they haven't announced the dates for Evo Japan yet. Maybe they could shift the dates, but with them moving Evo to June, and if Evo Japan stays in May, which they normally have it around May because that's when Golden Week happens, so they usually have it around that time to where it's happening during Golden Week. So a lot of Japanese people typically have off during Golden Week, and so it could still be there, and it could still be on that week. And if it's a month after Evo, if it's a month before Evo, I'm not going to Evo. I'm just going to Evo Japan again. So it no surprise to see it skyrocketing in views, because not only is it economically beneficial for other people outside the country go there, but Street Fighter's just taking off in Japan. And so it's definitely going to pass Evo 2023, probably next year, for sure next year, especially if Evo Vegas stays the same that it is.
25, which just happened a few months ago,
6,661.
6,661 without the buys counted.
No
this
buys
is not
counted.
Inflated numbers. This is Evo Japan without the buy. 6,661.
No inflation
to this tournament, which is
10K next year
more than the year prior. Meanwhile, year after year, Evo Vegas has lost entrants 7,000, 5,000, 4,000.
Because like I said, I was mentioning this earlier. It's just about the price.
What you expect to happen. This is usually the natural trajectory of
it's the price,
kind
bro.
of events for new fighting.
Nobody wants to spend that much money.
Generally, as time goes on, maybe viewership remains rather consistent.
Yeah, viewership I think is going to round
consistent for bigger events. But generally, what happens is less and less people end up entering the big events because as time goes on, more and more people resign themselves to being spectators, not competitors.
Yeah.
As the lifespan of the game continues, right? That's super normal. We saw that with Street Fighter V. We saw that with many other titles as well. The only difference was Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 4 was the one game where in 2015, it was becoming more and more popular and
Street Fighter 4. I'm not gonna lie. As much as I do not like Street Fighter 4, I have to admit they did one thing right. And that is they managed to make Street Fighter both modern and accessible while still keeping a higher skill gap than most games. And so the later the game got into the lifespan, the more and more separation you saw for the pros in that game. And not only through execution, but through like set play and all this other stuff. The game just had so much creativity in it that players were not only able to express themselves, but they were able to express themselves in the highest level. I mean, you think about moments that have happened in Street Fighter 4, like the Sako combo on Ricky Ortiz. That combo was absolutely crazy. That had some hype. And then you had even the 10-0 by Daigo. It was 10-2. You had the 10-2 Daigo infiltration in the set. Crazy moment. You had the Punko versus Daigo 2011. When Punko first came out, death, he was just he bodied Daigo, and that was my first Evo, and that was one of the most hypest moments. And so Street Fighter 4 lended itself to having some of the hypest moments, and so I think that's what kept it growing, was because of the way the game was. And it's unfortunate that when Street Fighter 4 ended, Capcom wasn't able to capitalize on that with Street Fighter 5. If they would have released Street Fighter 5 in the state it was towards like the end, maybe even Street Fighter 5 Season 3 when they did Arcade Edition, I think Street Fighter 5 would have continued that exact same trajectory that Street Fighter 4 did, and that it would have gotten progressively more and more players and more viewership as the time went on. But Capcom clearly fumbled with Street Fighter 4, and much as I do not like Street Fighter 4, I will give it credit that it did have a lot of stuff in that made it more of a spectator-friendly game, and also allowed players to express themselves at a high level, and you have to see the highest level playing that game.
Tournaments, we're actually getting more and more entrants. But in Japan for Street Fighter 6, it is growing. And Evo Japan now had significantly more entrants than Evo Vegas. And culturally, as a cornerstone of the FGC, Evo Vegas has been considered the big one. It's been considered just culturally the big one. That's the one that has resonated in the minds of people for so long. It has the most legacy. Evo Japan has been around since 2018.
So Evo Vegas being the big one. Okay, yeah, that's what it's been thought of. But I have a hot take that not many people are going to like. It has nothing to do with Evo Vegas, Evo versus Evo Japan, or anything like that. I'm saying the longer we go into the lifespan of like Street Fighter and all these other fighting games, I think the less and less that Evo is going to matter. Right. The reason I say that is because not only are you adding more events, like you have the Evo Japan, the Evo Vegas, Evo France, all this other stuff. You then in turn are playing with the dates of it, like you not only are you adding more events, or my nose. Okay, so you're not only adding more events with Evo Japan, Evo France, Evo Vegas, Evo Singapore, all that other stuff. You are also you're also playing with the dates. So Evo has always generally happened around July or August, but now with them flipping the dates, I think it just shows that Evo just doesn't matter anymore, right? Because you're diluting it with more and more tournaments, and you're changing the dates. And then to top it off, it's not the World Championships. You see, Evo back in the day, the reason why it held so much prestige and so much value is because when you look at it, that was the one time of the year when you had the conglomeration of everybody around the world. Everyone understood that we go to this one event because there was no Capcom Pro Tours, there was no SNK Championship, there was no Arc Reef Tour. All these Pro Tours that we see now, there was none of them. And so we had to have something to where people could be like, oh, this person wins this, so they can be considered the best in the world, right? And so that's what Evo was. That's why it was called the World Championships, because it was the display. It was where everybody from around the world was able to display their skill level. And so now with a lot of these separate events coming in, and Evo being a part of those events for qualifying for those events, so like I said, the SNK World Championships, et cetera, Evo's no longer needed anymore to be that prestigious thing. I think the Capcom Cups, the EWCs, and all that, those are going to take over. I think they already are the more prestigious events. I'm just gonna be real. They're more. It's more. I think it's more value outside of the money. It's not even about. It's more valuable for you to win at a Capcom Cup or an EWC than I think it is for you to win at an Evo right now. Evo is just a glorified, slightly more player tournament. In reality, when you get a first round of pulls, it's kind of free, right? Because it's just a bunch of filler. So I don't even like calling it like a bigger tournament, when in reality the tournament doesn't start until you get to round 2. That's when a lot of the top players happen, and that's generally when other tournaments, that's when their tournaments generally start as well. When you get to kind of like the round twos and stuff like that, because that's when you have the top players fighting each other. But yeah, I with the SNKs and the Capcom Pro Tours and all the other stuff, Evil no longer matters. I don't even think it should even count towards your legacy. To me, it's on the same level as if you won CEO or Combo Breaker now, and that's because of the reason the reason I listed before that. Yeah, it just no longer matters. I'm sorry. I could like to hear that, but Evo doesn't matter anymore, and it's sad. But I mean, it ran its course, and it did what it needed to do. It kept us afloat during the time where we didn't have anything to where we have to the stuff that we have now. And so I'm very grateful for Evo to at least give us the opportunity to get to where we're now. And I will never dog it or in this decision to become what it is today. And so yeah, Evo to me, it doesn't matter if you win Evo Japan, Evo France, and Evo no longer holds any sort of prestige in my mind. It's just another tournament. It's just another glorified tournament. And the quicker that we all realize that, the better off we will all be. And then
2019, and so it's starting to build its legacy in that sense. But now it is officially the bigger tournament. It's just objectively a larger tournament and arguably a much harder tournament to win these days, right? How is it that it's gaining more and more entrants? There's a lot of things going on here. Here, High Fight highlighted a cool moment. Street Fighter League Japan, they changed the rules where the fourth player was forced to play a tiebreaker.
Yeah, fourth
and
player.
So Yurio came back from 0-2 in the game. And
I like that rule for SFL Japan. I think they need to have that for SFL USA too. I don't think you should be able. If you're on the team, you should have to play. I'm sorry. It shouldn't be this person plays and then we get to the final match, then I get to pick and choose who I want to play. No, you're on the team. They picked you on the team. You beat, as they say in the NBA, you better keep yourself ready, right? So you never know when your name is going to be called. So the players that are in that fourth spot, I think they should play when they have these tiebreaker matches. Kudos to SFL Japan for forcing this rule, and I think they should do that in the other leagues as well too.
The third game to tie the score, Takagi debuted his first Street Fighter League match with this. 120K viewers live on YouTube. Couldn't have a better start than this.
Bro, look at him. He's having fun.
Is actually originally a variety streamer who was coached in Street Fighter 6 after picking up Street Fighter 5. And
that's crazy.
Climbed his way up the ranks to make it all the way into Street Fighter League Japan.
That is a great story. So that is crazy. You have a guy that picked up Street Fighter 5, climbed his way to the rank to being able to play on a pro team. Bro, we don't have that here. That's crazy, right? To climb his way to being on a pro team in this situation where he has to play the extra match for his team. Man, that's good. That's crazy. Good stuff.
Here, this Blanca here. Mochi trying to make the comeback with his Kuma, not in burnout.
He just jumped.
A jump, the pop off in the top right,
and he's popping off too. Pop
this
off.
Moment went a little viral in Japanese Street Fighter Twitter of all this other streamers reacting. He has a lot of connections in the Japanese streaming scene.
Yeah.
So people were really hyped to see him have this moment. And this is possible because it's all live. The fans are following along. The other streamers are having watch parties with their timer. All they can watch is the timer. They're still reacting to it with.
So the streamers are having a watch party with the timer. So I know people joke about that, but the reality of the situation is, if you do any sort of broadcasting or watching any sort of broadcasting, they do the exact same thing for other like sports. I guess we can consider Street Fighter sport, right? If you're watching like an NBA game on like YouTube or whatever, they're gonna take it. You're gonna get copyright strict, right? And so what people do is they have the little timer on, they have the score on, and they commentate over that. It's no different than what they do for the other sports and people that stream those other sports as well too. So they have the timer and the score, and they say, and they're giving the play-by-play on what's going on. I have no problem with it. You just having the timer. That's just the way things are going, especially when you're having like these live events and then you're doing this. But what I don't understand is the replays. I really don't get that. The replays are in game, and I think you should be able to pull those replays. The broadcasting, it's whatever, but I don't get the replay part. But I think that's cool that players have embraced it, and they're doing the little watch parties with the little timers, providing the real time commentary, and creating stuff around it. And instead of us like complaining about it, I think we should understand that this is probably the way that things are gonna go, especially if you want more money, more opportunities in the scene.
without any audio and any video. They're building this cultural moment.
I want
with
Giobin
a
back.
lot of the online influencers.
Funny story
in the
about
scene,
Giobin.
and
He
it
ain't
keeps
coming back.
gaining
I can tell you that
popularity in terms
he's
of
not coming back.
viewership and
From what I
participation.
know.
And of course, we've also seen these other events. This is an older example from Majin Obama highlighting Legendus. Put on
Legendus,
by
yep.
Shaka,
Shaka.
which was
That
the
event was
first
hyped
tournament.
too.
And you can see that during this event, they all.
I want to
have,
play in a Legendus. Put me in one of the. Put me in, coach.
50,000
Put me in
viewers.
one of those
The
events.
Street Fighter 6 section during this event had 152,000 total viewers from a streamer-based event, sort of like a Sage Jam Slam. This is like the Japanese version. And Legendus went on to have another team tournament sponsored by Red Bull and kept growing and having a lot more influencers involved. 90,000 on the main channel. So these influencer-driven events keep gaining popularity as well, and we're seeing that it's not slowing down. This World Warrior tournament with the over 1,400 entrants has confirmed that this wasn't like a bubble. This wasn't like a seasonal thing. This wasn't
No.
like a one-time all these influencers are hopping on this trend. Street Fighter 6 has broken containment in Japan entirely.
Yeah.
It's become a cultural phenomenon again. Now, I'm not going to say it's like it was in the 90s or anything of that caliber, but it has returned to the mainstream in a way that we have not seen fighting games do ever since I've been a part of the FGC. Ever since
I think it's
was
bigger than what it
in
was
the
last,
community
and
2009.
well, not in America
This
in terms of SF2,
level of engagement
level
and
of engagement,
participation
but I think
pales
in Japan
comparison-
it pales in
or anything prior to
comparison
this
to.
pales in comparison to what we
Dang,
have
we said the
now
same thing.
from Japan. And so it's
But I
weird
think
to see that this
it pales in
continues to happen,
comparison
and it's just
to
more
what
and more
SFL
evidence that Japan
SF2 was
is
back
the
in the day in
place to
America. I
be.
think
And,
Japan
I gotta
dwarfs
say,
it.
I don't think if any region is going to be a super region, I think Japan should have 4 spots.
Yeah,
The World Warrior has 1,500 people in it. I'm very confused about how these spots were selected. Very confused. I don't think any of these regions should be a super region besides Japan. Either have Japan have 4 spots or make it the only super region for 2 spots. But it is crazy that so much competition and so much support and fanfare is going on in the Japanese community. And it makes me think more. I've floated this idea a couple of times in conversation. We have players like now the Birds.
the Bird sponsored by
Team
Japanese.
Reject.
Yep.
And Reject is obviously a Japanese-based team. They are I think the team with the most star power
Yeah.
in Street Fighter League Japan.
sure.
Lashar Tokido and now Daigo Fudo.
Mhm.
They ended up getting second in Street Fighter League Japan last season to Good 8 squad, who went on to win the whole shebang. But they're now on Team Reject. Now, the Birds are not in Street Fighter League Japan. In my view, I just foresee that the level of success in Japan so outshines every
It does.
other product that's being put out. Street Fighter League Europe and Street Fighter League USA pales in
It does.
comparison
Yeah,
to
they
the
pales
number of viewers that get engaged in Street Fighter League Japan. Now, maybe they could fix that by making this a live experience. I think the fact that Street Fighter League USA is
Okay, so I don't think they can. I don't know. I think making it live is a step in the right direction, but I don't know if it's fixable because what Japan has is a lot different. Like you said, it has broken to the broader like streamer culture. We don't have outside of like maybe Tyler One, who's been playing Street Fighter 6 and doing that. Outside of Tyler One, who's been playing that, we don't have a lot of the streamers that have embraced Street Fighter 6. I mean, it also doesn't help when you have players constantly trash the game over here, say it's bad, it's terrible, it sucks and whatnot, and then even them shunning people for having modern controls. in Japan, they've embraced all of that, and it created a more welcome environment where you have cross pollination between the pros and the streamers, and that just made the thing grow bigger than when anyone would expect it. Here, um, it's just everyone's out for themselves. They just do this, and so we can't do anything to make anything grow over here because most people is like, once I get mine, I'm set. I don't have to worry about anyone else. I'm not trying to help anyone else. I'm just trying to do my own thing, make my little living, and then play what for maybe five years or whatever. Get what I can and then dip. In Japan, they're thinking long term growth to where not only they can have a sustainable career for during the long term, but they also could be able to have just do this for longer than what we do it over here. So SFL being live might help with it, but I don't know. It's just gonna have to start with the restructuring of the player base in terms of the top players. There definitely needs to be a restructuring among the top players. There needs to be different top players and different voices, and I guess different leaders leading by example to help make this thing to help turn the ship around in America. I don't see it happening anytime soon here, even with the live SFL.
Kills it as a product, in
Yeah.
my humble opinion. I think it needs to be a live online stream experience weekly as these players actively compete and level up against the competition.
Like I said, not weekly.
After week and
6
develop
6 or 7 days is
strategies,
fine. Like with
strategies,
SFL
but
Europe, I think that's good.
foresee the business moving to Japan. If this keeps up, more and more of this will end up being in Japan.
Yeah.
And I think that if you are a competitive player, you're not thinking about Japan. You're not considering moving there, participating. I don't know. I see this growth, and it just is destroying. It's outpacing every other region. Every other region is shrinking while
I do
Japan is
think
growing.
the business will
So
start
strange.
booming in
It's
Japan.
so strange to see, and it just makes me consider that maybe someday we might see Mena RD in Street Fighter League Japan. Right? He's already practically making that his second home, going out there to train nonstop and winning all their evos.
So the problem with that, I think, is with having players in SFL Japan is it's possible because but it's a two-factor thing. I mean, maybe I guess they would be more accommodating to certain players, but I feel like if you're going over there to play in SFL Japan and you don't know the language, like what's the point, man? Like, because you're not able to connect with the people there, and you have to do it through translations and stuff like that. Nah, it's just too much work for you to make it work to the degree that you would need to make it work. Now, granted, you can still have a little bit of success, but I think if you're not learning the language, it's just not gonna work. So you have to be good, and you have to know Japanese, probably at an N1 level. And that both of those take a lot of work that I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't think a lot of people are willing to put in that work. I don't think a lot of people are willing to understand that to do that, you're going to have to put some work in, some effort in to be able to do that, to be the complete package, to be able to fit, not like fit in over there, but to make it more as economically beneficial for yourself as possible. Because if you're able to talk to people in the language, you're able to build more connections. Now, granted, some of the fans will try to speak to you in English, but if you're showing that you're trying to make that bridge, not only will be much welcome, but I think you will get a lot more opportunities there. And that's why people like Ryan Hart, he has a lot of opportunities, because not only was he a legendary player, he actually took the time, in his own words, I believe he said, yeah, I want to be able to communicate with them, something on the lines of that. And he's reaping the benefits of it. So he's going viral in Japan for some of his tweets, and if players want to maximize that, they have to learn the language. You just can't be a skilled player, right? You gotta learn. And like I said, I don't think many players are willing to do that.
Who's to say next season he's just like, man, like throw me on Team Reject. You guys already got Daigo, Fudo, Lashar. Just put me on there, dude. Like,
but building super teams with like best players for the world, that'd be crazy.
Update. I don't know what this really means for the scene overall. It's awesome to see that Japan is really a thriving hub for Street Fighter.
Yeah,
but it makes me wonder where this all leads, because I don't see the same thing happening. I see an opportunity for the Western content creators like myself and players to somehow tap into that. If you look at the viewership numbers on people like Fudo, or sorry, not Fudo, but like Shuto, Kawano, if you look at their YouTube channels as well,
it's not just their
absolutely
YouTube
absurd
channels.
how successful they are.
Yeah.
Like let me pull up.
He's
Kawano.
pulling up
I feel like
Kawano.
This is always an example I got to
Yeah.
bring up.
Mm-hmm.
Kawano's videos crack
Crack
200,000, 200,000, 280,000. They're all stream edited highlights.
Yeah, stream edited
He's
highlights.
getting damn near
Yeah.
500,000, 250,000 views per video.
And it's not just him. It's he talk about bro, who do he does Shudo? It's not just those guys. It's everybody that's associated that has some sort of like notoriety in Street Fighter. Because I try to follow a lot of the players and their content. It's not like everyone's eating there. Kazunoko's eating. Who else? Anybody that's putting out content, they're eating. They get fed over there. They cooking over there. And it's just one example. Taquito as well. Taquito vlogs. I like to say this. I was one of the first people to do vlogs. You can check my channel 2019. They weren't hitting like that, right? Because the viewership just kind of like really isn't there. But Taquito vlogging, those get a lot of views. Like Taquito's videos, they get a lot of views. All these other like these players, they're getting notoriety, just not just from the in just every aspect, man. All like doesn't matter who he is. Betty started posting videos on her channel. She's popping off as well too, and she's not like as strong as a lot of these players yet, but she's still eating. And so whatever I wish I could do this, get this, just chop up a little stream highlight, get 370K, 300,000, 7K. Come on, 300,000, 7K, just for chopping up a little stream highlight. I gotta put an effort in my videos to even crack 100K, and that takes a while for me to get the 100K. This isn't a month. Like my jury video, it took me about over a year just to get what he got in a month. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Of his stream highlights all the time, and this is not unique. This is Kazunoko, Tokido, Kawano, Shuto.
Yeah,
The
Shuto's very
scale of
big.
Engagement for the
Shuto got
Japanese
fangirls. I want some of
is
the fangirls,
unreal.
Share it with
And
me,
I
boy.
don't see this
Share it
slowing
with me,
down.
my
There's
man.
more views than Maximilian.
Tachikawa actually
They all are, dude. They all
is
are.
popping off as well too on his
They
channel
really
too.
all are. Time to
He-
learn
he-
Japanese. That's what I'm saying. Time to learn Japanese, buddy. And so when they do
Time
these
to learn
events,
Japanese,
when they do
buddy.
EVA Japan, when they do Street
They said
Fighter
nobody
League
wants to do it.
Japan,
That's
these
too
audiences
much
are
work.
tuned in.
Yeah, they're tuned in.
Really something to keep in mind. I thought for sure things would taper off by this point, year 3 in a new game release. Things would stabilize, but seeing that there is more than double the entrance in World Warrior Japan is mind-blowing. So that's all I got for this video. I just wanted to give you that update,
Yeah.
discuss where my thoughts are about this. This might have implications for the future of the scene. Maybe it'll be a rising tides raise all boats type of situation, but I wouldn't be surprised if in
Yeah.
a few years' time, more and more of the Street Fighter events, business, players, content, I don't know, man. It's really hard to ignore how aggressively the market is growing in Japan. But that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Like I said, I agree with a lot of the stuff, but I just don't think players will be willing to make that sacrifice to try to learn and just learn the language. I think that would probably be the biggest thing. That was a pretty good video. Yeah. All right. That was a long video. That was a 40-minute video, longer than what it should have been. I'll probably cut it down for a bit. I'll probably pull some sections out of that for shorts. So I needed some more content. So and I'll make a full video of it. I wanted to make a video out of this as well too. This right here, Street Fighter 6. This video right here. Are you currently Big Bird tweeted that out? These things give you negative aura.
To see if you're cooking with the video. Your
I'll probably watch that section later where he talks about the state of Street Fighter 6 and make some content out of it. Because, like I said, I don't think the game is in the best shape. I don't think it's in the.
Practice. First practice.
But let me see if I can get them.
Versus.
I kind of want to watch the item videos because I did not watch them. I'm gonna watch the item matches because I really need to practice the learn figure out what I did.
Practice. Arcade.
All right. All right, far back. Go. God dang. You had 7 views already. Many people watch my match versus Idol. They were.
Online.
Time to watch me get cooked by Idol. CW was amazing. My camera froze. Thank you. Oh, it didn't freeze. It's fine. No, it's fine. I was just chilling. I have to get good at the end. I'm be honest. Street Fighter 5 is a better game. Street Fighter 5 objectively is a better game than Street Fighter 6, right? I'm sorry. Ugh. No matter how many times you say it, Street Fighter 6 it's not better than Street Fighter 5. You want to talk about the game's release? I would say, yeah, Street Fighter 6 was a better release than Street Fighter 5. But if we're talking about the final version of Street Fighter 5, I would rather play that game than this version of Street Fighter 6. Because there was interaction in that game. That's the thing that I don't like in this game. Well, there's interaction, but it's like it's interaction that's just annoying, right? So it's you either get throw looped or you predict a throw loop, right? And you like parry or something. And it's sad when you have where you can't even escape throw loop in this game. At Street Fighter 5, you could at least you could at least escape throw loop. In this game you can't. Most of the throw loops, if they do immediate throw, they still can recover in time. I don't like that. I don't like that the game is kind of like yeah, I don't like that, man. I just wish you could if V shift was in this game or a mechanic like V shift and V shift in the V break, that's what made Street Fighter 6 great. I mean, the game isn't stable for the most part. Street Fighter 5 has stability. Because once you add an element to where people have to interact with you on their offense and they can't just do a bunch of different things to mitigate that, it makes the game a lot more fun. How about V-Shift? Because V-Shift was a good mechanic, objectively. It was. Everything that people didn't... The game was already trending to it, but everything that people didn't like about the game, V-Shift nullified that. Parry isn't better than V-Shift. And it doesn't help that they keep nerfing parry. Honestly, I would prefer the perfect parry change to revert back to season 1. I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't like this new parry change. I think it's stupid. Clutch Blast versus Lashar. I just think Street Fighter 5 lended itself to be more stable, especially towards the end. Because with V Shift, you had to call out V Shift, and you were rewarded for calling out. I would like the defender didn't just have to eat a bunch of stuff. Like they could V Shift, and if they V Shift, they got out of the situation safely. You know, honestly, I think we'll just fix this game if they would just revert backdashes back to Street Fighter 4 state. If they would just make backdashes invincible, I think it would make a lot of the game a lot better. But at the same time, it will buff certain characters. I guess you could probably say like what Fireball and the driver's characters would like. It will buff certain characters. Ironically, it probably would buff MAI. Especially if you know the setups that if you do the setups that I do, if they made backdash invincible, it will hurt a lot, like, but it will make players better because then they will have to like make hard reads to call out a lot of the stuff. Just make it make backdash invincible, then put like a punish counter state on it. Fixes the game. Like I don't the one time heck, maybe even OSs could come back with that. So you can do like jab in the OS or something like that. That'd be cool to see, man. Like super OS and to catch a backdash. Like something to add more layers to the game on Wake Up. I just think the game doesn't have a lot of layers on Wake Up. To where the offensive player has to actually think about their options. They can just kind of autopilot. And that's what I don't like. I like stuff to have some type of like that's all. Like I just want some type of risk. I just like to be able to get a chance. It's too much like 4. Like I said, I didn't mind aspects of 4. You know, the game is stable.
Fighting round. Crack versus.
Why is it so hard for you to watch replays in this game? Come on, bro. It's just so hard for you to watch replays in this game. Stop drawer. That's funny.
Round 1. Fight.
Cheetah doing mine. Why do you mind? I think I need 10 more characters. 16. 16. So how many characters? There's what, 27? So I'll need scared to see the truth. I never said that I'm the reason. It's like I've never said I wasn't the reason that it's loose, but it doesn't mean the game. You can't criticize the game in the way it's designed. It's a poorly designed game. I'm sorry, it just is. Is that like I will admit that I'm the reason that I am losing. Yeah, I got no problem with that. But I just think the game is just poorly designed. Go back to season 1.
まず課長優劣
Okay, so I guess I don't know. Maybe I should, instead of saying that the game isn't stable, maybe I should change how I talk about it. Because if I start, then that maybe bleeds into like how I like subconsciously can. It's hard to make the game stable. We'll start saying that, right? But once you make the game stable, yeah, you'll. Bro, more people are supporting in Japan. The game is, I don't want to say dying. It's just that it's just not hidden like it is in Japan. I think I need to do this. Ironically, MAI is one of the characters I feel can make the game stable. Why she close her eyes like that? So I think what I want to do is I need to micro rock, and how I'm gonna do micro walk from now because I'm playing on leverless is I'm gonna actually use the SOCD for micro walk. Cause I get caught. One of the things I notice is I get caught low a lot of times. I mean, granted the beast Manon, and so I mean you could kind of just walk back or whatever, but I could take a slight step forward, slight step back, and you won't really notice it because of the micro walk, the hitbox. I really should be using the hitbox micro walk. This is just tapping up. I'm gonna make it a habit to get used to doing better players. I would say overall they have the stronger scene, but they don't necessarily always have the best player. By that, like the best players. But I will say this though, the people that usually are the best players, they do have the benefit of being able to play and go to Japan and practice a lot more. So there is that, right? So with Mena, when he was considered the best, he was going to Japan a lot of times. So he would spend a lot of time in Japan. Punk, he would go to Japan pretty frequently, play ranked and whatnot. So yeah, the higher up, the better you get. I need to find a MAI player. What the heck? Okay. It's plus 12? Huh. Plus 6.
まず一つまず一つまず一つ
I think if you
まず一つ
hmm. Golly, bro. These controls are so bad.
Round one. Fight.
まず一つここからあらあらまず一つまず一つ
Those guy. Those matchups.
まず一つ行きます
Oh, huh. I need to reorganize my notes. Why was they hitting that? That was weird. I don't know why they hit that else.
あら遅いわ 踊りなさい
KO.
メルシーボーク
Round two. Fight.
I had a couple of opportunities to release some of the pressure. So there's 3 opportunities that I saw that I could have released some pressure. I failed each and every 1 of them. The first was when he dashed forward. I could have stopped him from doing that, like mash, release some of the pressure. Second was whenever he did stand like a driver, I could DP, release some of the pressure. Multiple opportunities to at least release some of the pressure and get out of the corner so I wouldn't have to put myself in a bad spot. And so I need to be aware of that. Those opportunities. That's just 5-6. I think once she does this, he might be stuck. What's crazy is I used to play this character. Level 4? Boom, double dash. I know, what a game.
甘いわ盛んに触らないで
Did I even read? I don't know. It's kind of hard. Kind of look in hindsight to be like, maybe you should have did this. Maybe you should have did it. Life. He just did perfect parry on wake up. 5-6.
失礼
It's one of those situations where it's like
盛んに
you don't know because it's first.
ここから
Look at this. That definitely is a safe check. I knew. I makes. I know what was wrong in this set right here. This one. I'm gonna have to look at this later. It just takes me too long to get through one. I just kind of look at certain things. I had opportunity. might have to look at the rest later. I'll be back. Later. I gotta go to work.